All right, Barak Yahweh,
Barak
Yahushua, honor to the apostles and the elders, and salutations to you brothers teaching in truth and sincerity. This week lesson is going to focus on current events.
This article from Global Research, Operation Euphrates Shield. It says Turkey's Operation Euphrates Shield that had originally begun as the operation to drive the Kurdish militias back to the eastern side of Euphrates River is now turning into a mission to create a safe zone inside Syria to reinforce not only its own position in the region, but also to buttress the Turkey-backed militias controlling the eastern part of Aleppo city. The decision has come at a time when U.S.-Russia-sponsored ceasefire has failed to hold, and when battles of various fronts have once again escalated to the point of extremely heightened confrontation. This particular course of action is likely to put Turkey back on confrontation course with Syria and Russia and pave the way for the NATO forces' direct entry into the conflict. Some recent developments strongly indicate that things are now turning to this direction. See, President Recep Erdogan refined the scope of Euphrates Shield in a major statement on Monday, September 19th, having first taken over the Syrian border town of Jarablus al-Brab. Turkish troops are now going down as far as Abal-Ai, 30 kilometers further inside the Syrian territory. As he put it, Erdogan posed the question that is on everyone's lips: but why are you going down there? Then he offered an answer himself: we need to rid these places from being a threat to us.
Right, man, because if I can say this, all the key players that's like over there in that Middle East now, man, all them like is in prophecy, man. You got Turkey, you know what I'm saying? You got Russia, Syria, then like this Operation Euphrates Shield, man. All these are part of prophetic scriptures, which is leading up to World War III, man. You can finish that paragraph one. We ain't got to read the whole one. All right.
It said, simple though it looks, Turkey's decision indicates the critical turn the Syrian conflict is likely to take in the months to come.
Right, because see that Euphrates River, it's like the water supply, man, for like the Euphrates River basically it starts in Turkey, then it go down through Syria into Iraq, man. It's like the water supply for that little piece of the area right there, man. Then you got like the Jordan River, which is west of it, which supply like Israel, Jordan, and all those nations west of Syria and stuff, man. But all these main rivers are the same rivers that were basically dumped that was on water in the Garden of Eden, man. So it's like where the Lord basically began everything. That's where he basically World War III gonna begin that too, man. You know? Go ahead, Al.
This Revelation 9 and 12. One woe is past, and behold, there come two woes more hereafter.
Right, one war was past, which that was World War I, man. Then two more wars after that, man, which is World War II and World War III, man, which is gonna be the last war, because after World War III, that's when the Lord gonna return. You know, He's gonna return in the middle of World War III, man, but He gonna put an end to all wars, and the whole earth gonna be at peace from then on, man. You know, these other nations gonna serve 1,000-year slavery, which gonna do away with Esau, man. But then they gonna basically get their lands back, man. But they gonna have to come and pay homage to start with while you have a shot, and then the Israelites, man, the men under them, man.
I got precept up. Revelation 11 and 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe come quickly.
Come. See, so there you go, man. Which that's talking about World War I, World War II, and World War III. Go ahead, bro.
13. 9 and 13. And the sixth angel sound, and I heard a voice, from the fourth horn of the golden altar which is before the Most High, saying to the sixth angel which had the trumpet, loose the four angels which are bound in the great river Euphrates.
Right, so it say loose the four angels which are bound in the great river Euphrates. So the Lord actually got four angels up there steering up that whole area, man. You know, so all this is prophetic, basically prophetic scriptures coming to pass now, man. You even got the Turkish president naming this the Operation Euphrates Shield, man. And this in the scriptures. Go ahead, bro.
And the fourth angel was loose, and which were prepared for an hour and a day and a month and a year for to slay the third part of men.
Right, man. So a third part of Esau gonna be cut out over there in that area, man. You know, go ahead. And it's gonna be the angels over there, the angels of death that's over there steering this whole thing up, man. You know, go ahead, bro.
And the number of the armies of the horsemen were 200,000. And I heard the number of them. And thus I saw the horse in vision, and them that sat on them having breastplates of fire.
And this basically represents the nuclear missiles, man. You know, because all nations gonna enter this war. Stop at verse 16. I would keep going. But that, what verse is it?
I'm on 17.
You at 17?
Mm-hmm.
Just read 17.
All right. Fire and Jason and the brimstone, and the heads of the horsemen were as the heads of lions.
Right, man, because those nuclear missiles, that's basically where they power with is in the head, man. You know, the tail of the missile is just the rocket to get the missile to its destination, man. But like a lion roar or the lion strike with his head, that's how those nuclear missile warheads are, man. Go ahead and see John basically was describing the prophecies and describing them as things that he seen at that time, man. You know, because it wasn't a missile at that time, man. It was just fighting with war, with swords, spears, you know, bow and arrows, darts. Go ahead, up.
And out of their mouth issue fire and smoke and brimstone.
Come, you got Revelation 12. Okay, go ahead.
Isaiah 9 and 6.
Started.
No, so Isaiah 9 and 5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise, and garments rolled in blood.
Right, see, so all the ancient wars were fought with like I was saying, it was mostly hand-to-hand battle, man. You know, they had like the archers, you know, but that was basically the lead for, you know, you shot your arrows, then you sent the troops in, and it was like hand-to-hand battle, man. You know, with your swords, spears, or whatever, your battle axes. You know, go ahead, bro.
But this shall be with burning and fear of fire.
Right, so this should be with burning and flames of fire, man. Because everybody now got tanks, missiles, you know, grenades, all type of stuff, man. Go ahead, all right.
Revelation 16 and 12. And this sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates.
Right, and get that scripture right there in the blue letter. I want to get where it say dried up. Go ahead, up.
Okay. And the water thereof was dried up.
Right, and this scripture right here is twofold, man, because you actually got the Euphrates River, it's actually drying up, man, you know, but it's a twofold scripture, man. That's why I want the brother to get that word dried in the Greek, well, get the word waters in the Greek. You can go ahead, bro.
And the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates.
But you see how the Euphrates River keep coming up in the prophetic scriptures, man? With the sixth angel, man. You know, at the seventh trumpet, that's going to be the last trumpet. Like you said, that's going to be the completion of the destruction, man. So everything right at the door, you know. Go ahead, bro.
And the water thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared.
Right, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared, man. Because on the east side of the Euphrates River, man, that's where you got Iran, Afghanistan, China, Pakistan, India. You got all those nations from the east, which they gonna enter the war, man. You know, go ahead. Which in Syria right now, which they not telling you, China been had troops in there. You know what I'm saying? They been had their Marines in there, help fighting that ground war. Iran been had they generals in there commanding the Syrian army, man. Cuba even sent soldiers over there to help train the Syrian army, basically train the Syrian army on how to use them Russian weapons, man. Because basically doing the Cuban Missile Crisis back in the what it was in the 60s. Nah, the Cold War in the 60s during Kennedy time. You know, when Russia was basically putting those weapons on Cuban ground, they was training those Cuban soldiers how to use them. So to this day, those Cuban soldiers still know how to use those weapons, man. And Russia also had they basically put more missiles back in Cuba, man. You got the word waters up.
Yeah, it's
Strong's G5204.
Udor. This from G5204. This states of water and rivers and fountains and pools. But the point is of water in any of the earth's respiratories.
You would say people. Get to
Yeah, you figuratively use of many peoples.
Right, so those people they out there, like all those people that's basically like you got the Operation Shield Euphrates, man. It's a lot of armies right there. They're gonna be taken out, man. You know.
Precept. In Revelation 17:15, and he said unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the horse sitteth, are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues. This represents America, but the point was that the waters can represent people as well.
Come on, man.
You know?
What verse you on in the middle? 12. 12. Mm-hmm. Yes. Stop right there. Now you on verse 12? Revelation 16:12.
Yeah, I finished.
Yeah, read down 16.
Okay. Verse 13. And I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon.
Come on.
And out of the mouth of the
Those
beast.
falls are the 3 city states. You got one in Washington that represents military. You got one in London that represents the financial, and you got one in the Vatican
Right.
that can represent religion, so on and so forth.
And I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon.
Right. Go ahead,
And out of the mouth of the beast.
Come on. Which the beast represent NATO, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's these different. You know, you got these different ambassadors, and like the brother said, you got the Pope going around the world, you know, basically preparing all these people for war, man. You know,
And can I make a point up? Because what you're saying is true. Because hey, just on, I think it's TrueWire.com. They stated how Britain want to put troops over there in Syria, and they need America to lead because America has per se the strongest army, therefore.
Right, and they added what you're saying. I saw Britain. They sent in a proposal yesterday through NATO too, basically saying the U.S. basically got to protect them if they send their soldiers over there. The U.S. basically got to protect them with their air force. Man. You know?
And so that's why America was in Nevada at the beginning of the month testing nuclear bombs and shit, man. So it's going down.
Right, because Germany actually got troops over there in Syria. There's a lot of nations got troops already over there, man, that they ain't even speaking about, man. And then you had like Saudi Arabia had a drill like with all those different nations who basically allied with the U.S. like Qatar and United Arab Emirates. They had a drill like a couple months ago with 350,000 soldiers, like 4,000 tanks, all preparing to invade Syria, which this going into the draft away of the basically draft the river Euphrates to prepare the way of the kings of the east. Come here, bro.
Alright, and it says, and out of the mouth of the false prophet.
Which is the Roman Catholic Church. Go ahead.
Verse 14, for they are the spirits of devils working miracles.
See, they are the spirit of deceivers working miracles, man. You know, so they go to these different nations with their different propagandas and be like, well, we gonna do this, with different war plans, man. Then they have their little lies like, well, they basically violating their human rights. They ain't treating their people right. They doing this. They like that's basically what they did with Syrian president Assad, man. Which he did was took care of his people, man. You know, but they wanted to send a pipeline from basically from Iraq through Syria, through Turkey and the Europe, man, where they ain't had to depend on Russia for their natural gas. So when Syria turned it down, that's when they came up with a plot to try to overthrow Assad, man, which the elites was behind it. The Lord basically spoiling all the elites' plans and leading and gathering all nations, man, to their area, man. Because
Can I say this?
Go ahead.
And Syria don't have a central bank.
Come.
So they're trying to get the central bank in there too. So that's one of the biggest things they're trying to get to.
That's a great
Central
point.
bank.
That's like the main thing, really.
I got a quick quote from the American Journal, and he say it's U.S. American General Mike Malley, and he said while we focus on counter-terrorist fight, other countries, Russia, Iran, China, North Korea, went to school on us. He said they studied our doctrine, our tactics, our equipment, our organization, our training, our leadership, and in turn they revised their own doctrines, and they are rapidly modernizing their military today to avoid our strengths in hopes of defeating us at some point in the future.
Come, man.
Can I ask something?
Go ahead.
And that sound like that came from Sun Tzu. Because basically he had like an excerpt from his book, and it states that in order to beat your enemy, you have to know the enemy better than yourself.
Come.
So if you analyzing the enemy, you understanding his tactics, all you gotta do is make revisions and see where them sinkholes are for the attack methods, man.
Come.
You know?
Come.
That's all I want to hear about.
Okay. All right, it says, for they are the spirits of devils working miracles, which go forth unto the kings of the earth.
There you go, to go forth to the kings of the earth, man. You know, so this plain and simple right here, man. With that verse right there, well, you know who the kings of the earth are. Then it said they are spirits working miracles, man. Go ahead, what they going to the kings of the earth for? Go ahead, bro.
And of the whole world.
And of the whole world, man. Going to Revelations 20, man. When basically the devil was released out of his prison to go to see the nations in the four corners of the earth. Then it specifically says together Gog and Magog, which is talking about Russia for the great war, man. You know, go ahead.
Right? To gather them to the battle of the great day of the power almighty.
Come, go ahead.
And it says, behold, I come as a thief.
Did you read verse 16?
I'm a thief.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, it says, behold, I come as a thief.
Right, so the Lord gonna come as a thief, man, to those who not paying attention, man, to those who not watching, man. You know, it's gonna be like a thief in the night, man. You know, go ahead, bro.
Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments.
And that's what we doing right now, man. We watching, man. And we keeping our garments at the same time, which represent your righteousness, man. You know, so we watching for the prophecies, man. You know, we watching for the signs of the times that he basically gave us, man. You know, and we keeping our garments at the same time, man, through our faith and through the mercy of Yahweh while Yahweh shot, man. Go ahead, bro.
I just say it real quick. You know, brothers measuring the time diligently, man, because the Euphrates, that's the sixth angel, right?
Come.
You know, so we know exactly where we at in the prophecy, man. We in the time of the sixth angel, and then ain't nothing left but the seventh angel after that, man.
Come.
You know, so you can almost pinpoint exactly where you at when you compare the scripts to current event. That's why he told Peter not to just pray, but to pray and watch.
Come.
You know?
Come.
Yeah, can I bring our precept to back him up? Hey, it states Hosea 6:2. After 2 days will he revive us, and the third day he will raise us up, and we shall live in his sight.
Read that again.
And Hosea 6:2. After 2 days will he revive us.
Right, man. So he revived us right now, man, through this word. Go ahead.
And in the third day he will raise us up.
Right, and we in the third day now, man. Because
Midnight.
right.
Midnight and third day.
Come, man. Because anything out of the year 2000 basically represents the third day, man.
Mhm.
Because 1 day is as 1,000 years with the Lord, man. So it's been 2,000 years, man. So now we actually in the third day, you know.
And we shall live in his sight.
Right, and we gonna, hey, Lord willing, we those men, man. But the elect gonna live in his sight, man. You know, they gonna follow the 144,000. They gonna follow the Lamb whithersoever he goes, man. You know, go ahead and get ready to get this in Revelation 16, where 12. What year? 16, verse 16, where it say, "They gather them together and harm again." Go ahead.
All right, Revelation 16:15. Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed he that watch and keep his garments, lest he walk naked, and they see his shame.
Come.
And he gathered them together into a place called in the Hebrew tongue Armageddon.
Right, so we gathered them together in a place in the Hebrew tongue called Armageddon, man, which in the Hebrew is Armageddon, which means the valley of Yehoshaphat, or the valley of the Lord's judgment, man. Which all this, which this whole Euphrates River, because I want the brother to get the